sizable amount of time that is being spent on talking about governance and compliance. Independent directors, particularly, they're not happy with a certificate which says to whomsoever it may concern, we are in compliance with the law of the land. Gone are those days. I mean, today independent directors are looking for a lot greater insight on the state of compliance and governance inside the company. What is your view? How are you seeing that change? I mean, in your over a decade working on this in important roles, how do you see it coming from there?
Yeah. So Rishi, again, from both my experiences, and in fact, to give you a very recent example, we had a recent risk management committee that was organized maybe 15 days back, and the chairman of the risk committee wanted to see the safety dashboard. It was actually not on the agenda, but he impromptu asked that, what is the safety statistics, how are we performing, and stuff like that. So regulatory compliance, which was earlier, sorry for saying this, but which a lot of people thought it is a tick of the box approach, it is no longer that. You see a lot of regulatory actions being taken by regulators, not only with respect to either SEBI or the stock exchanges, but your sectoral specific regulators also coming behind you for certain non-compliances, either which come to light as a part of your ongoing reporting, or their inspections and all of that. And it is more so important because directors are directly liable for non-compliance of any laws. There's a director responsibility statement which gets included as a part of the board report, which gives a positive affirmation that the company has complied with all laws applicable. So there's a lot of shift, there's a lot of importance which is given to.
So the question, Urvil, really is why are we seeing this shift? What has triggered this shift recently?
If I have to give you an external perspective, a lot of institutional investors that are going to come and invest in you as a company. For example, if you're a listed company, a lot of these parameters really go into their investment decision making. If I have to take it a bit further, a lot of sustainability metrics are considered. Whether you are doing well on, the emissions, what is your carbon score, what is the water that you're saving, and how much is that you're giving back to the environment. So you're under a lot of constant scrutiny from external investors. And in today's era, in today's world, you need a lot of good guys being invested in your company from a long-term value creation perspective. So boards normally ask these questions as to what are we doing to shift from what we were to what we want to achieve. You will see a lot of companies coming out with targets on sustainability fronts, and on a lot of other fronts, which they intend to achieve and make it as a part of their investor presentations. So that is where we are seeing the shift.
So is it fair to say that the investors have become much more conscious, aware, sensitive, and because investors are going down that path, the board members who are their representatives are also starting to ask these questions?
Yes, because these kinds of questions are also asked to them. Suppose if there was a board member sitting on a panel having a similar kind of discussion, and there was an impromptu question asked that you are sitting on XYZ company's board, and what are your experiences, what are your thought processes, or what are you doing as a board so as to ensure that that company is going on the right path, is where these guys are also, really discussing all those points. And the boardroom discussions, like you said, are not now restricted to something like finance or something only of strategy or business, but they are moving in these directions as well.